Hi, Angelo Lambropoulos, Director of Lambros Realty. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to go through the August 2019 Cherrybrook property market update. So I'll get straight into it. For August, we've seen 12 registered sales with a median of 1,491,500. The highest sale recorded being 2,336,000 and average days on market being 20. Now, in comparison to August last year, there were 4 registered sales. So as you can see, it's multiplied 3 times. Median was 1,709,000, the highest sale being 1,900,000, and the average days on market being 61. So as you can see, there's been an increase of 4 sales from the previous month, July to August, so an increase in sales. There's also been a gradual price increase as far as the median's concerned, roughly around 20,000 there, give or take. Average days on market from the previous month have gone from 34 down to 20, so evidently you can see the market's firing along quite nicely. There's also talks of a few more interest rate cuts. There's obviously a lot of negativity that surrounds that in the shape of the economy and the state we're going. A lot of economists are forecasting 0.25% by the time before the federal budget takes place next year in May. That being said, it's still the real estate sector is still going to fire along quite nicely, irrespective of which side of the coin or the fence you're sitting. The real estate environment, there's a lot of consumer confidence in amongst sellers and buyers at the moment, where buyers are able to get their hands on money a little more readily, and sellers are obviously of the opinion and are physically getting good sales results for their homes now, and as you can see, not having to wait as long on the market anymore. The word of caution I do spread in that scenario though is I think you'll find a lot of it hinges on supply and demand, so basic economies of scale. The moment it hits our suburb average of 25 to 30 homes, at the moment we're sitting at 18. The previous month was 13 as far as properties listed for sale are concerned. The moment it hits that average of 25 to 30, you may start to see the median price slowly start to taper off. And days on market gradually increase. So like anything, very susceptible to supply and demand. Touching on the rental market as well, at the moment it seems to be quite steady. You'll find that it'll pick up in October, with November and December predominantly being the months that really do fire due to the school enrollments and people wanting to get in for that. Just a couple of other topics I want to outline around the area. There's obviously the Hills Bus, where there was a community event earlier in August which went very well. A lot of signatures were signed. A lot of people within our community have been hindered as a result. So as it stands, the issue hasn't been resolved, but we do have some authoritative members in the community that are still negotiating and trying to get this matter resolved. So I'll keep you guys updated on what unfolds. One thing's for sure, we won't give up until those buses are back. So I strongly urge, as a community, don't lose faith, don't lose hope. Just keep expressing your concerns, and obviously we'll get it across the line. Now, the other thing, another topic has been the fines at the Cherrybrook Metro Station. Some of you have received fines for parking where there haven't been unmarked lines. Just a quick update on that. I have emailed the Hornsby Shire Council. Obviously they have advised it is a New South Wales, the New South Wales trains that, that's who to deal with. But bottom line is there will be signs being erected at the car park, clearly stating that fines will be issued if you do make your own parking spots. For those of you that have been fined, however, you do have a case in the sense that it wasn't clearly marked, and depending on where you parked and how you parked, you may very well be exempt from those fines. So I would strongly encourage legal advice if any of you have question marks on that. Sounds crazy, I know. Where do you draw the line with common sense? But I guess from a legal perspective, it could very well be a means for you to get off those fines there until such time as the sign is clearly erected saying you can't park in such spots, or there's line marking saying no parking, of which there hasn't been any in the Cherrybrook station of such. But I've been advised that the Transport New South Wales, the New South Wales train, sorry, I get the departments confused, will have the signboard up shortly. So keep an eye out for that, guys. The other thing I wanted to mention is the parking issue on the side streets. The Hornsby Shire Council have done a fantastic job listening to the concerns of community members. They've been very active in getting out there and looking at what's going on. Particular mentions that I've seen, Dalkeith Road are suffering horribly. I'm surprised an accident hasn't happened there yet, and I'm glad to see there hasn't been and everybody's safe. But I'm seeing people parking on the S-bend double lines, garbage trucks struggling to get through. It's a problem, but to the Hornsby Shire Council's credit, they are addressing it. They've been very active in doing so, and we should have an answer and a resolution within the next 8 weeks. So I think you'll find signs will start to pop up. So a lot of you residents that are out there thinking what's going on, what's going to happen, the council are onto it, and it should all be resolved shortly. The other thing that is starting to surface is talk of the IBM site close to the Cumberland State Forest and the proposed development that may be going on there. Again, as a community, many people are opposed to that development, ruining obviously the facade of the state forest. Don't want it going ahead because of the repercussions and the problems with infrastructure. I think on that, there was obviously, I'm not sure if you've seen it in the papers, but the plan is, and obviously the projections for Cherrybrook is a 9.9% increase in population by the time it hits 2036. So if you do the calculations, that works out to be an extra 600 odd dwellings, okay? Long story short, the talk has been there will be no further rezoning other than what's been marked as potential rezonings already. And the two sites obviously are the 3.5 hectares of government land surrounding the Cherrybrook station and the IBM site, which the proposal that has been put forward is for 600 homes, coincidentally. So admittedly, one of those two sites, I dare say, will be the ones that will be developed. It's just a matter of which one. It's inevitable. It'll be interesting to see what transpires because, I guess with the forest there, what I do know is selling homes in amongst bushland, it's not favourable amongst many of the buyers out there, which does sort of question the development in and amongst the the IBM side and the trees and how that would sort of take place. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But for those of you that want to be up to date with what's going on, and if you're not already, there is a Cherrybrook Facebook page where quite a few of you are on the page and are quite active. It's regularly updated with members of the community on what's going on. I dare say if a petition does surface in relation to the Cumberland State Forest and opposing that development there, it'll be circulating. So I strongly urge you, for those, if you're not on the Cherrybrook page, to what I'm telling you now is regularly updated. And what you're hearing from me is stuff that's been spoken about 2-3 weeks ago, and I'm just reiterating for those of you that haven't seen it. So the Facebook page is basically, it's Cherrybrook, New South Wales 2126. If you can't find it, let me know and I'll direct you to the page. If you don't have Facebook, definitely worth signing up for if you really want to know what's happening in the community, because there's a lot which some of you, I dare say, perhaps most of you aren't aware of, may have very well read it in the papers, but not aware of what's happening in the background and actions and processes that have been taken to try to resolve things, which we are in the process of doing, right? So it's not white noise, and it's not falling on deaf ears. So there's definitely movement there. The other thing, we've just in the process of finalising our most recent Cherrybrook location report. This will be the final one for the quarter. Should have that finalised by Thursday, the 12th of September, next week. So if you're interested in a copy, obviously we've got them on display outside our shop front at Apple Tree Shops, Cherrybrook. Alternatively, you can call me on 029481 0999, or simply email me on info@lambrosrealty.com.au, and I'll be more than happy to send you across a complimentary copy there. But again, that's pretty much it, summarizing the most recent activity for August in amongst Cherrybrook. If you have any further questions or believe I've missed something, by all means, as I just stated my details before, please do let me know. I hope this helps and has been informative. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next month.